may be seated. Shabbat shalom to everybody who is present here, and of course everybody who is with us virtually. It's a bit of a strange feeling, but we're doing our best to keep connected as a community, and so we appreciate everybody. This morning we'll be reading from Parshat Tisa, and we also have a special reading of Parshat Parah. And I wanted to look at Parshat Tisa for a moment. Parshat Tisa is, of course, famous for the incident of the golden calf. And it's one of the most puzzling things that how can the Israelites who witnessed the theophany, who witnessed revelation on Mount Sinai just not even quite a mere 6 weeks before this happened, all of a sudden want to worship a golden calf. They witnessed so much. They witnessed all of the miracles in Egypt and the crossing of the sea, and they witnessed Revelation. And not 6 weeks after Revelation, all of a sudden they're wanting to build a golden calf and worship it. And a second question that arises from it, that's also a fairly obvious question, is they go to Aaron. Now, Aaron is not just Moses' brother, but Aaron is one of the leaders of the people. In fact, he goes with Moses to Pharaoh, and he's with Moses all the way. He's one of the leaders of the people. How is it that Aaron cooperated and built the golden calf? And certainly when you read the when you read the Torah portion, it certainly seems like Aaron is equally culpable with all the people. And there are a few lines of defense that the rabbis make for Aaron, and then so I'll look at those lines of defense, and then that brings us back to the people. And one of the lines of defense for Aaron is that the rabbis picture Aaron as everything he's doing. He knows that Moses is on his way down from the mountain, and it's only a matter of time. And what he is trying to do is stall them, right? He asks the people to go and get the jewelry that's on your wives to build this golden calf, to build this idol. And he's expecting that the wives would put up a fight. I don't want to, I don't want to give up my jewelry for this. And then he says, "Oh, build an altar, and we'll call a party to the Lord tomorrow." Well, it's going to take time to build the altar. If I wait and have this Chag l'Adonai, this festival for God, till tomorrow, well, by then maybe Moshe will be down from the mountain. And so one of the ways the rabbis picture removing culpability from Aaron is by saying that he's trying to delay, and really it just happens, and Moses is still not down. Another way the rabbis try to remove culpability from Aaron is they say that Aaron was afraid for his life. Now, when Moses went up to the mountain, he put two people in charge of the Israelites. He put Aaron in charge and also Hur. But now we notice in our Torah reading today in Parshat Tisa, when they go to Aaron and Hur is not present. And the rabbis picture that actually they came to both Aaron and Hur took a stand and said, "No, this is not the way. We're going to wait for Moses to come down from the mountain." And they killed Hur. So Aaron was afraid for his life, and he made the decision. Well, am I going to have the people be culpable for worshiping an idol, or am I going to have the people be culpable for killing a priest? And he decided that in his split moment decision that it was better to have them culpable for worshiping the idol. A third line of defense, and this comes from I think the Even Ezra. He says that really, when you look at what the Israelites wanted, they didn't want to worship a god made a golden calf. They wanted to replace Moses. And they say to him, "Ish Moshe asher ha'alanu me'eretz Mitzrayim lo yadanu me'ha'alanu." We don't know what happened to this man Moses who brought us out of Egypt. So Aaron, in his mind, thought that it wasn't a God that they were going to be worshiping. They just wanted their Moses. They wanted their connection to God. And if you think about it, Moses really is their connection to God. If you remember, right after the Aseret HaDibrot in Parshat Yitro, we read that all the people witnessed the thunder and the lightning, the blare of the horn and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they fell back and stood at a distance. And they said, "You speak to us," they said to Moses. We need you as our connector to God. God, the brightness of God, the awesomeness of God, it's too much for us. We need you, Moses, as our connector to God. And we also need you as our physical connector to God, because God is a concept that it's tough for us to grasp. This God that we can't see, we can't feel, we can't taste. Our senses. We need you, Moses, as our representative. And Aaron thought, well, okay, they just wanted their connection. I'll give them temporarily their connection, and Moses will come down from the mountain. And this final explanation also helps me to understand a little bit more of what the Israelites were thinking, and it really helps me to understand a little something of what we're going through today. Because without their connection to God, without feeling it, being able to see and feel their connection to God, they're Moses. They were lost, and they didn't know what to do, and eventually they ended up going astray. And I realized that right now we're in this time period that we can't come together fully as a community, as a Kehillah Kedoshah, as a holy community with a sacred purpose to worship God and to also perform mitzvot and connectiveness to each other through our sacred community. And it's a scary time. It's a scary time because what happens if we lose our connectedness to each other and we lose our connectedness to God? And that's something that we all have to grapple with right now, and we all have to figure out how we're going to overcome that in order to keep our sense of unity and our sense of purpose as a Kehillah Kedoshah together. So of course, we're trying here through lots of different streaming opportunities. We had Rabbis Rothman and Wallach last night on the Facebook Live, and we're streaming today, and we'll have lots of learning opportunities. And we look forward to be able to, through these opportunities, to be able to keep our connectedness together, so that when we're able to really reconnect and come together physically, we still know what our sense of purpose is and what our sense of being is for, and we can resume in full our activities as a Kehillah Kedoshah. Shabbat Shalom. Our Torah reading begins on page 523, the beginning of Parshat Ki Tisa.